running the machine.
Yeah.
The little tenter used to clean the machine,
Right.
you know,
Right.
with a little brush and clean all the fluff off the
Yeah,
spindles
yeah.
and keep it clean, you know, and sweep up and back alleys and what have you.
Right.
That was my job.
And I bet there was a fair bit of fluff.
And I
wasn't there?
worked there for about 12 months maybe.
Right.
And then I started having chest problems.
Oh, do you think that would be to do with fluff
Yeah.
and stuff?
Yes. Well, the doctor said it was like bronchitis through the fluff.
Yeah.
So I left the card room and then I went working in the roller department.
Right.
That was a little building on its own, near the mill but on its own.
Right.
And we used to cover rollers with leather for the spinning room,
Right.
you know, so the cotton runs through these rollers.
Yeah.
But when they'd been used so long, they used to get a groove in the leather
Right.
and then they had to be re-covered.
Oh,
So I worked in there about 5 years maybe.
that's quite a long time, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was during the war.
Oh, right.
No, I'm telling a lie. Before the war started, that was it.
Right.
And then they asked me if I'd like to go in the winding department because they were short-handed and they wanted as many hands as they could. You know, so I went working in, this is at the Clarence,
Yeah, yeah.
in the winding department, and I worked there, quite a long while, 6 years maybe. And then I went in the coning department.
Right.
That's another department, when it turned to silk.
Oh, right.
Turned
so,
over to silk.
So up to then it was all cotton.
All cotton, and then it turned over to silk.
So when would that be, roughly? Was it before the war or during the war? Or?
I think it was... Oh, it's hard to remember.
Well, I'm
It's
sure
all
it
them
is.
years, all
I
them
think you've done very well so far.
Wait a minute, I think it was after the war.
After the
Yes,
war.
because it was all cotton during the war.
Right, right.
Because the cotton used to go towards gaiters, you know, for soldiers' gaiters
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and haversacks,
Right,
things like that.
right,
And then silk went for parachutes,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
And then, what happened then?
Yeah.
And I worked there during the war because we had to go on nights.
Right.
They put it on the buzzers, you know, well, the operatives from Clarence, please report for duty at 6 o'clock. That was Sunday night, tea time.
Right, yeah.
And we worked through from 6 o'clock till 6 next morning. All night work.
12-hour shift.
12-hour shift. Yeah.
Neck.
Yeah.
So
And
now,
we did that for quite a while.
so it was working 24 hours then.
Yes,
the mill.
yes, the
So
mill,
some
yes.
people were going in.
As one was coming
the
off,
day.
the others were going on,
Right.
you know. Yeah.
Now, didn't you tell me that people didn't wear shoes?
In the spinning room they didn't wear shoes. No.
So
They used to walk barefoot because it was so slippy,
yeah.
oil.
Yes.
They just went barefoot, you know.
Right.
And it was oily, very oily.
Ah.
Yeah.
I bet they'd have. I don't know. Would it make the feet soft? I wonder.
Oh, I should think so, yeah. But they were wooden floors, so
Yes.
they'd be very splintery, you
Oh,
know,
my
what have
goodness,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
with the machines running up and down.
Right.
Because
But-
they had to follow the machines. It went that way, forward, and then
yeah.
it had come back, so they had to go backwards,
Right.
you know, piecing all the ends up.
But you didn't work in that department,
No,
did
no,
you?
that
No.
was the men.
That just the men, was it?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Now,
Yeah.
now, Uncle Vic,
Yeah.
when did you meet? When did you meet him?
Well, I met him before. I met him quite a while before the war started.
Right.
And then he worked at the Clarence as well, but he worked in another department called the card room.
Right. Yes.
But it was all cotton.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah, you get talking during your lunch break, this and that and the other. And he said, would you like to go to the pictures? I said, yeah, fine. And he was only about, 15, 16,
Yeah.
this were.
Uh-huh.
And we used to go to the pictures, nothing serious,
No,
you know, just
no.
friends like. And then we kept going and it went a bit more serious. And then during the war, when the war started,
Yeah.
tell you, we had to go at 6 o'clock at night till
Yeah.
6 next morning, and he
Right.
did and all. And when we had a break at 12 o'clock midnight,
Yes.
we used to go walk up the yard.
Oh, how nice.
Well, some people went for a smoke, actually. I didn't.
No.
And we got talking, and then the air raid wardens, sirens went.
Yes.
So we all had to go in the cellar.
Uh-huh.
That was
yeah.
like under the mill.
Right.
And we all sat down, and somebody said, "Are you frightened?" I said, "Yes, I'm a bit." And it was Vic, side of
Oh,
me,
right.
but you couldn't see because it was only like a little pilot light at the other end of the room.
Right, yeah.
And we all sat there talking, and then the all clear went.
Yep.
We all come out, and I think that's how it started,
Oh.
really.
Oh. You got Hitler to thank.
Yeah, yeah. And that's how it started, I think,
Yeah.
as far as I remember. Same as I say, it's a long while ago.
Oh,
Robert,
oh, blimey, I'll say.
isn't it? But
Yeah.
yeah,
But
nice.
but then Uncle Vic got called up, did he?
Then Uncle Vic got, listen at me,
Yeah.
Vic got called up
Yeah.
for, war,
Yes.
and he went 1942, I think he went.
Right.
And he went to Catterick, Yorkshire
Mhm.
first. Then he went to Kent, Maidstone, is it?
Yeah,
Maidstone. And then from there he went abroad. I think he went to India.
India.
Do you buy it? No.
He went. He
Manipur,
flew
went-
over the Persian Gulf because I've
Yes,
seen that
yes,
thing you showed me yesterday.
yeah.
But then he was in a tank regiment, wasn't he?
That's right.
Um,
Royal Artillery,
yes.
yeah. And then he was there about 2.5 years.
Until he came
until
home.
he came home.
1946?
1946.
Yeah.
And he'd been home a few months, and then we got married
In the November.
in November the 2nd, 1946.
And what happened then? Did he carry on working at the Clarence?
Then he went back to the Clarence, and then a while after that, he left. He closed down. Clarence did,
Yes.
and then he went working at Eric Britton's.
Mhm.
He was there a while, and then they went on short time, and then he went to the paper mill and released latest.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And then they were stopping some,
Mhm.
last comers out first.
Yeah.
Then he went to Oak Bank,
Right.
and he worked there till he retired.
But he was always more or less in work, I suppose.
More or less, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And he retired when he was 62. Early
Right,
retirement.
right.
Too.
Well, he did well, didn't he? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, he struggled for quite a long time, didn't he, with his heart trouble?
He did after he retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But so you must have carried on working, I suppose, at Clarence, did you?
No, when
until-
they closed down, we all went to Oliver's.
You went to Oliver's
Yes.
then?
And worked there for 12 months or so.
Right.
And then they closed down.
Oh.
And then when they closed down, I got a job at the chocolate factory. In Bollington,
Making
where
chocolate?
where the cinema used to
Yes.
be, making turret chocolates,
Right.
liqueurs.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, and I worked there about maybe 6 or 7 years.
And could you eat as many as you want?
No, you could, but I hated them. They
Oh,
were
did
too
you?
sweet, too sweet. Couldn't do with that sugary stuff. And then they closed down, and then I was at home a few weeks, and then I went out cleaning.
Right. Yeah.
So I had a few cleaning jobs, I cleaned for the stockbroker near Pool Bank. Then I went cleaning for a lady up Kerridge.
Mhm.
Then I cleaned for a lady in, what's that green in our street?
Oh.
I forget what it's
Yes,
called.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and I worked there. Then I went cleaning for another lady who owned a shop in High Street. And then they all went bust, and I went bust with them and no more job.
Right.
Oh, and then I used to make some crackers.
Oh, did you at all?
From, yes, at home, from, what were they called at Clarence? Crackers.
Yeah. I bet you have to do a lot of work for very
Gosh,
little money there.
It was slave labour.
Yeah.
I only did it a couple of months and I said to Becca, they can keep the crackers, I'm not doing this. Your house were all over boxes, paper, crackers,
Yeah.
and what they put in them, it was ridiculous.
I know, it was very popular for a
for
while,
the
wasn't
price.
it? That
Yeah.
sort of thing,
What
because
was it
my mum
called?
used to do
Cracker
it.
Factory.
Yeah. You'd have to be crackers to work for them, wouldn't you?
Well, Amy worked there quite a few years because she was the not manager,
Right.
over them sort
Yes,
of, you know.
yeah.
And she liked it,
Oh,
yeah.
well.
I said, well, you can have it, I'm not having it. And that was it. And then I retired.
Right.
I retired at 46. No. 60. Something 60, I
Aye,
think.
aye.
Yeah.
You'd done your share anyway.
Oh, yeah, I've done. Well, I worked from 14, so I'm not so bad.
Yes,
You know.
absolutely. Now then, I remember you telling me that, was it your dad told you about a Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Now, what was that about?
Well, he was working on nights at Brickworks, firing up, you know. And this Zeppelin came over the 20 acre. That was higher up than the Brickworks.
Yes.
On a hill.
Yeah.
Big hill.
Yeah.
And it set on fire.
Right.
So whether there was any, do they have people in the Zeppelin?
Yes, some of them, yeah.
So I
yeah.
don't know much about it, Robert, to be
No.
quite honest. He just said the Zeppelin came over
Mm.
and he went up in flames.
It'd be quite an event, that, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I'm sure it'd be in the local paper, won't it?
Oh, I should think so, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So when would that be, I wonder?
Oh, gosh.
That would be... Were you born at the time?
I don't think so.
So it'd be sort
It
of...
was when we lived up Potts Redley, Moorside, anyway, so it must have been, what,
Oh.
90 odd years ago,
Yes, it may be
longer.
towards the end of the First World
Could
War.
have been, could have been,
You know?
but I don't think I was born.
No.
It's only
no.
what he told
Yeah.
me, you know.
Mm. Yeah, well, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
But there were, in the Second World War, there were one or two...
Oh, in the Second World
bombs
War,
that went
there
off,
was
weren't there?
some incendiary bombs
Yes.
went off over Adlington.
Right.
And that was when we lived in Queen Street.
Mm-hmm.
And behind us there used to be a quarry,
Yes.
you know, like a
Yeah.
quarry. And when that dropped, this incendiary dropped over Adlington, all the rubble from the quarry, you could hear it, you know,
running down.
Running down, yeah.
I think that might have been a bit bigger than an incendiary. Might have been a landmine, maybe, that one, eh?
I don't think so. They called them doodle bugs.
Oh, them. A
Yeah,
doodle bug.
a doodle bug,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was it,
Well,
a
that's,
doodle
yeah, the
bug.
V1 rocket, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.